Hello and welcome back to another episode of Reality Raiders 3, the search for the Eternity Armor, a Torg Eternity actual play series here on WebDM Play. My name is Rudy Basso. I'm the game master for today and for every day. You can follow me online at Rudy Basso for lots of dumb tweets about my dumb car. Let's go around. Everybody tell me who you are playing and how you are doing, because I haven't seen you in a while. So let's start to my right. Amber Marie. Who are you? How are you?
Hi, yes,
That's
I'm Amber. I'm doing good. I'm on a long vacation, much needed vacation
Nice.
because this year has been weird for vacations and taking time off of work. Anyway, I'm Rocket Orca on pretty much all social media. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Cypress, he, him, the cowboy mage from Isle, and I think who got grabbed by a tentacle and is now on the ground looking at tentacles.
Yes.
Something like that.
Tentacles are involved.
Yeah,
There's no question about that. Yeah. Great. Okay, let's jump over me and go across to Shauna. Hi, hello. How are you? Who are you playing this day?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's on a little bit of a break, so it's just like it's been like doing nothing, which is honestly fantastic for a little while. But yeah, I am playing Beck Matsumoto, she, her, both she, her, and yeah, the no holds barred baseball player who wants to just get rid of this tentacle monster because there are ghost pirates coming. It's just not ghost pirates.
There are. Beck doesn't like ghosts, so that means Rudy's like, where can I find ghosts? Oh, here we go. Ghost pirates, of course. Let's drop down below you. Back with us again. Hooray! Dot. Hi, hello. How are you? Who are you playing today?
Hi, friends. First off, happy holidays. I guess this will be late, but I had a great holiday. Thanks for asking, Rudy. I really appreciate that. And by great holiday, I mean I slept 15 hours yesterday. It was great. So I'm feeling good. I'm excited to be here doing this. And I'm back with Flick, who, well, I guess we'll find out what Flick's been up to. But I play Flick, our resident Radio Shack lover.
You were there the whole time. That's how I deal with people not being at things. It's like, oh yeah, Flick walks over. She's there too.
Yeah. That's who she is. That's what she's about. And if I'm reminded, I just checked. We still don't know Flick's real name.
We don't. We have
and
to
we're
have
getting
that
we're
before
getting
the
close to the end, so we're gonna have to see if her true name
Flick and
is
Cypress.
revealed.
Yeah. We already know that Salvo is Buford, so we definitely need to find out Flick's also cool real name.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And finally, jumping over that beautiful Torg Eternity logo, we have the man himself, Pruitt. Hi, hello, new digs, right? Yeah.
It certainly is. I find myself here in this holiday season, transporting myself halfway across the country to live with my beautiful and lovely girlfriend. Here in Virginia, it's a little colder than I'm used to. My soft Texas skin is not used to weather such as this. Not since I was knee-high to a grasshopper have I seen cold air like this. But
is that a Texas saying, I believe? Knee-high.
Oh, knee-high, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
You can't take the Texas out of a Texas boy.
Nope. But you can take me out of Texas. Just in time, too. Anyway, but I'm enjoying the holiday season. Thanks for asking, Rudy. As I'm kind of transitioning also to full-time with WebDM, this is going to be fun. I can't wait for the new year and what it has to hold and offer and all the games that we're going to get to play on here. But if a green screen collapses over here, or if you hear the jingling of bells, that is not Santa running late. That is just the mighty Katara exerting her kitten will. And so I'm sure she'll make an appearance again. But she loves being in this office with me. So I'm not gonna stifle her freedom because this is America and I'm playing Salvo. How's that for a freaking segue? Salvo, He-Man over here. And this is out for the movers and the shakers and the punch takers. You're gonna get punched. And it's going to happen today. So keep your damn dirty tentacles off my friends and ghost pirates. He's not afraid of no ghosts. So he's got Beck's back on that one.
Nice.
Back to you, Rudy.
Yeah, speaking of ghost pirates and tentacles, let's review what happened last week. You all arrived in Orrorsh, where there was a listening station that was run by Delphi Council members that had gone silent, which was very disturbing. You got there, you looked around, and were horrified to find that everyone was viciously killed within the listening post. Blood and guts and limbs strewn about everywhere. You were able to track down one member who had apparently run and hid under the docks. He was comatose and completely out of it. But on his person was a flash drive, which kind of told you what they had been searching for. They had apparently worked with a local man who lived in a tower they were working with him to track down the piece of the Eternity armor within Orrorsh. So with that as your only lead, you headed over to a nearby lighthouse. You broke in, I believe. You broke in the window and snuck in, and you found a man who introduced himself as Dr. Alset, working on a machine that he claimed would like troll the ocean floor for artifacts and other fun things. And I think one of you turned it on. It wasn't him. One of you snuck over and turned it on. He was about to, and he was excited to, and you stole that glory from him, which is not very nice. But when it was turned on, it did bring an artifact from the deep, not a fun, exciting spear or anything like that, but a ghost pirate ship that immediately began booking it towards the shore. At the same time, I guess Cypress decided to go exploring further up the lighthouse. You were on, I think, the third of 4 floors, and was attacked by a horrible, amorphous black ooze blob that reached down and grabbed him and began pulling him closer to it. But Salvo ran upstairs and knocked Cypress free. And then Beck arrived. Alset kind of like lost himself and was just like cowering and screaming and crying on the stairwell. And then Beck hit it with a baseball bat. And I believe that is where Beck hit it with a baseball bat, which is basically what happens every time. But I believe that is where we left off. Yes. So Flick, like I said, first off, why don't you draw a Cosm card for Orrorsh, which is where we are.
Of course.
We still have Cosm cards active, remember, as well. Ready to be played from our players. So I don't know whose was whose. We still have them up.
Draw 1 card.
Yes.
This card I am playing.
Throw it up. Tell us what it does.
Yeah, I can do that. It says damned.
Damned. That's always a fun card
damned.
name.
Take 1 to 3 possibilities from another player character.
Oh.
Make a corruption test at a penalty equal to the number of possibility taken.
Okay, cool. So corruption is a special mechanic that happens in Orrorsh. It's specific to this Cosm. Again, you don't have to do this, or you can play it whenever you want. That's very interesting. Okay, so I guess if you want to take someone else's possibility, if you're stretched, I think you're all pretty rich in possibilities.
I'll simmer on that. It could be
there you
useful
go.
Later if Flick gets in a bind.
We're almost done. Party PvP. Now's the time. Now's the time
right?
to break out the
I was
PvP.
I was like, wow, did I read that right? Okay.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Cool. So let's also I don't know, Dot, if you have an explanation where Flick has been or why Flick suddenly appears now, or we can just hand wave it and be like, yeah, you've been here the whole time. You've just been very quiet.
So you said there seems to be a lot of tech around.
Yeah, so it's like it's kind of like a weird steampunky level tech.
Oh, okay. I mean, I would say Flick has been maybe lost in all of the tech, and she reappears from some large piece of machinery, like goggles down, face covered in soot. And it's kind of like, what's going on? That seems very Flick to me. Unaware of the situation. But you said there is a pirate ship?
There is a pirate ship incoming towards the shore, and it has been, you have determined it is filled with ghost pirates who are waving ghost swords and pointing them kind of triumphantly, excitedly towards the shore, towards all of you.
Flick runs over. Is this doc still here? This doctor?
Yeah, so he is kind of having a nervous breakdown. So before he ran upstairs, he was like talking about how the master has said it would help him, and he was being very creepy, we'll say. Like he had been kind of suave and friendly, but after his machine stopped working, he just kind of weirded out and broke down. So he's just kind of, I think you might have kicked him too on your way up there. Beck, right? I think you might have kicked him. I don't remember.
Beck
It sounds
kicked
like
him?
something.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like something.
Yeah, I
Beck
think
would
I definitely I think subdued, knocked him out or something.
Yeah.
Or hit him.
Yeah.
It's certainly on brand for Beck.
Yeah, I appear and kind of look. Is everybody here? Or are they still upstairs? You said two of them were upstairs.
So everybody's upstairs right now, in like the attic.
Can I grab this panicking man?
Sure. Yeah.
And I go, you can't go anywhere. We can reverse engineer it, right? The machine brings something up. Can we not make it sync something?
Oh, so they turn the machine off, but the thing is still
Right.
coming. But why don't you kind of make me a check to kind of get him back to his senses? Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Slap him
Like
a
give him
little bit.
give him some slaps. Let's see,
I'm
what
not
can
really
we
good at
make for that?
Slapping. Let's see.
Maybe like an intimidate check to kind of snap him out of it. Wouldn't be taunt, wouldn't be trick.
No.
But if you can
would
find
it?
another skill that you think could work.
Will? I have no. Okay, I guess we'll do intimidate. This is gonna be an interesting roll.
Sure,
for-
intimidate. I'm gonna set the DN pretty high. So yeah, I'm gonna go 14 for this, just
Oh, this is
because he's
this-
kind of out of it.
well. This will be
12.
a roll to 12.
Roll
but
to 12.
I will spend. I have possibility, and
Sure.
we're at
And then
the
you
end.
you can take possibilities from someone else too, because you got the card.
That's true. That would be horrible. I'm not there yet. I
okay.
rolled a 17.
Yes.
Oh no, man! I always do that wrong. Modifier first,
Mhm.
roll after.
Bam,
18.
18. Okay, so you kind of slap him out of it, and he kind of like wakes up, and you can see in his eyes he's kind of back in his head, and he goes, "Oh, I guess with your help, I could make some quick adjustments, and maybe we can reverse it. I'm not sure. I learned so much from the master, but you seem capable and intelligent, so maybe together we can do something fast." So we'll do that next turn. So he's up and out of it. The two of you can run over to the machine, and on your turn, we can make some checks to see
Cool.
if you can to jury rig like a reversal kind of thing. Meanwhile, yeah. So that we'll say that was your turn. I
That makes
didn't
total
draw.
sense.
We should have drawn for initiative. Whoops, but that's okay. Okay, we'll say that was what you were doing during everything else. Okay, here we go. Here is our initiative card for from the drama deck. We are at the dramatic scene. The battle is mine. That is not good for the heroes.
Oh,
the
no.
villain is kind of lifting his arm triumphantly in this picture. Very nice art. So villain goes first, and villain gains inspiration, which I believe regains shock. Let's see.
You'll prepare to fight some pirates.
Yeah. Inspiration. I can't. Oh, down. Okay. Inspiration. All the characters on the side immediately recover 2 shock. I was right. So some of the damage that he took earlier goes away. In fact, he regains all his shock. And the monster is going to go first. The Thing, as it is known. And it is going to it hurt you, right? Cypress, right? It hurt you, I think, when it attacked you.
So, because I have
You have your health?
currently 3 shock and 1 wound.
Ooh, yeah, it hurt
Mhm.
you. And you know
Yeah,
what?
it hurt me.
It's gonna keep hurting you.
No. All right.
Oh, also everyone make a willpower check, not Cypress, but
Okay.
Beck and Salvo. Willpower or spirit, because you've never seen anything like this in all your adventures. This is otherworldly, supernatural, beyond what you've seen before, and you are, for a second, terrified.
Does Flick need to make one?
So you're not actually facing it right now, so you're
Oh,
good
perfect.
to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Great.
So
Salvo's going to use a possibility.
yeah,
on
our
that.
DN 10 for this. This is just a regular test. So you both failed.
Oh no.
Also use a possibility on this one.
Yeah, I would recommend it.
Yeah.
Whew.
Oh,
Yes, Salvo shakes off the initial feeling.
Yeah,
and he realizes.
Ooh. Okay.
You're momentarily frightened, but then you think, oh, if it moves, then I can make it stop moving by hitting it
moves.
over and over and over again.
If it moves, we can kill it.
Exactly. Yeah.
This isn't the thing I'm afraid of. I'm more afraid of the,
Yeah, you're more afraid of what's
these
going on
skeletons.
outside. Yeah.
Yeah, Salvo's just saying to Beck, focus on the tentacles. Just focus on the tentacles. And then his shoulder, he yells down because he hears them talking about reversing the polarity down there. And he just yells out, don't forget to throw that thing down first and then flip it before you reverse it. And then he goes back to the fight.
So as it pulls back, kind of retreating into, it's like, hanging off the roof of this attic of the lighthouse, it becomes more difficult for you to kind of get a beat on it. Like it's like a dark, dim shadow. You think that if you were to try and attack it, it might be more difficult to hit right now because of the darkness. And I'll just leave it at that. But it is going to choose to attack Cypress again with its tentacles. Tentacles. Strength. Does a 15 hit your you're unarmed, I guess? You don't have a weapon in your hand.
I
right?
I have yes, of course. Yes, it hits.
It hits. Okay, cool.
Because my total is 6.
Yes. It does 14 damage.
God.
Remember, your toughness soaks that up.
Yeah. So I have 6 toughness.
So you again take 1 wound and 2 shock.
Ay. Not used to being on the receiving end of the whip.
Woof.
You could try to soak the damage.
That's right. You can use a possibility point to soak the damage.
I actually have so few possibilities right now.
Sorry.
I have 3 possibilities. I'm so worried. Okay. Yeah. Because 3 wounds. What happened? Yeah. What happens when I hit all? Do I die at 3 wounds?
You are defeated, and we'll get into that when it happens. You don't die. No.
Okay. Then I'll hold on. We'll save it for the last wound.
Good call.
Okay. Ouch.
Yeah. Okay. Who would like to go next? That was the and then the pirate ship gets closer, and you hear Flick. You hear a distant "Yah-ha-har, yo-ho" as they get closer, because that's what all pirates sound like. Even scary pirates, they can't help themselves.
I mean, yeah, if I just got hit, I would think I would want to react to it.
Sure.
It's in the darkness right now.
Yes, it is. So there's some light from the opened attic kind of trapdoory thing, but other than that, there's no other light in this room.
Was the lightning rod right above this area?
So the lightning rod was I'm trying to remember. Yes. So he was using the power of lightning to power up his machine. And yeah, there's a lightning rod on the top of the lighthouse.
Let's call down some lightning.
Oh.
So Cypress will stand up and raise his hand into the air, and we'll call down some lightning. So let us roll conjuration.
Okay.
Submit 16.
Okay.
Which I do. The Dodger dexterity for your writhing mass of.
Oh yeah.
darkness.
So also everybody gets a +2 for their attacks because it is a large monstrosity.
Ooh.
Okay. So what would I have done to my conjuration, I guess?
So wow. Yeah, that makes it an 18, which is a outstanding success.
Oh.
So here's what I'll say too. So you're trying to attack it with lightning, but at the same time, I think you want light to be in the room. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So normally you would get 2 bonus dice for damage. If you get rid of 1 bonus dice,
Okay,
then
yep.
we'll do D6 rounds. The room is lit up with the kind of after effects of the lightning.
Perfect.
Does that work? Okay.
That is perfect.
So roll a D6 first to determine how many rounds we're going to have light in this room.
Okay.
Okay, so
3.
three more rounds. And when it's lit up, oof. Oh, is it scary? Yeah, it's just like this weird ooze tentacle. You can see like bits of bone and skull, what looks like human skulls, floating around inside of it. It is very, very dark, a little bit translucent enough that you can see those disgusting skulls. But yeah, it is gross.
Gross. Okay, so the lightning does 16 damage plus this other d6, which is 1.
1. Okay,
So
17 damage.
total. Yep. And
Okay.
it ignores 4 points of armor.
Oh, it goes through 4 points of
Mhm.
armor.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So it actually, I don't think it has any armor. It's just naturally gross.
Ugh.
So 17, you said it was?
Yes.
It is a very tough boy, though. Although lighting it up definitely helps because it does get a big bonus to toughness. So good job. So it takes 2 shock. That's it from your attack. It's a tough boy. Like you see
Yeah.
electricity sparkle over it, but at the same time, it like becomes muted, kind of like it dissipates quickly. It doesn't seem like you did a lot of damage to it. Okay, who would like to go next?
Well, I think that probably Salvo and Beck kind of look at each other, knowing what Cypress was going to do. And I know Salvo's just going to launch right in there. And if it's got bones, he's going to break them. He doesn't care that they weren't its originally.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Simple man.
He doesn't care.
There's bones, they're getting broked, whether they're yours or whomever. Watch out, Beck. You're close by. So
Yeah, and I'm going to just launch in with just a normal attack. And we said we get +2 for its size.
yes, that's correct.
Oof, so that's
12.
a 12. So
Mm.
let's see. Crown gives me a free up. Can I possibility after?
So you have hit it. It doesn't have, so it is big
Oh.
and gooey, and it doesn't have a lot of defenses. So you can hit it, but like it's one of those low AC, high armor kind of
Oh, no,
high
I-
toughness.
I think I'm gonna use a possibility.
Okay, yeah.
regardless.
So
uh,
you can try and get some bonus damage on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for max damage here.
Mm-hmm. Right now you're at a just a success. Like something just fell down upstairs. We're good though. It's not my problem. Bam!
22.
So that does it. That will give you an outstanding
Wow.
success. So you get 2 bonus dice.
And I'm gonna go ahead and I already have this card in my pool.
Oh, that's
It
right.
is
Everyone be
coup
sure
de
to
grace.
tap your cards. Ooh, why
Nice.
don't you read out loud? What does that do?
I'll read it out loud and then I'll go ahead and put it in there so you can see it. Play to add a bonus die to the damage of your successful attack. May be played after other rolling bonus dice.
Nice. All right.
Well, if it can be played after rolling other bonus dice, I'm going to go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, yeah. Then you can determine whether or not
You
you
know.
want to drop
Yeah.
some more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
So,
Yeah.
so I do 13 damage.
Okay, 13.
Normal.
Gotcha.
And we're going to do 2d6.
So one
Oh,
of those is a
shit.
6, which means it blows up. Roll another
That's-
d6.
All right, so that is 6 damage right now. 'Cause
Yep.
We only do 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's 9 damage on top of my 13. So that's 22 damage.
Okay.
And we're going to go ahead and do coup de grace.
I love it.
So there we go. Played that bad boy. It's on top of the cosm cards. And here's my bonus die to put on top of my 22. So another 5. So that's 27 damage. As Salvo just
Wow.
buries his fist and like punches through 2 human skulls that were like in the blob before, retracting.
Yeah. So
Dismiss.
even with its high amount of toughness, you like what man, it's just like it's like you're hitting a heavy bag. Like it just like takes it. You put on a crazy combo on this heavy bag and just it's like bouncing around as you smack it back and forth and you use the momentum of its like coming back to hit it even harder, and you slam into it. You're going to do 2 wounds, 4 shock to this. It looks really, really hurt. Yeah, it looks really, really hurt.
He gives the thumbs up to Beck as he distracted it with this hit.
Yeah. So Beck or Fleck, who would like to go next?
I'm gonna let Beck go
Mm-hmm.
since y'all are trying to do some damage on this thing before we try to possibly sink it.
Yeah, so Beck's just her and Salvo go at the same time. She's hitting it with the bat, and she's not doing much damage, but she starts hearing the pirates.
You start hearing those yo-hos. Yeah. The most intimidating noise a pirate can make, definitely.
And then you just hear her yell, "Flick, send them back! I can hear them!" And then like she's just gonna go into like a frenzy right now. Like I think Salvo can just kind of see like there's a good amount of fear in her eyes, so she just wails on this monstrosity thing, like. And she's just gonna go. She's gonna do all out as well. So,
Yeah. All out attack.
All out. Yeah, that gets me a +4.
But you have your defenses go down or something.
Yes,
like that, right?
I think they have. It's not defenses, but they have. I'm very vulnerable.
Oh, very vulnerable.
Very vulnerable.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go. Just.
And you get that +2 as well because it's large.
Yep, I'm gonna rev up the
chainsaw.
The chainsaw and just try and just chop the heck out of this thing.
Yeah, the chainsaw says Ash likes cutting goo. And so, oh my god! Wow, you have rolled. Please read it aloud for us.
I rolled a 27.
Yikes! Yeah, that is definitely an outstanding success.
And
wow.
I also have the same thing. I have the coup de grace card.
You have coup de grace card too?
Yep.
We're finishing this bastard now.
This is just like
it's different art. That's fun.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
Use the fear, Beck. Use it.
Yeah, she's just burying this chainsaw and just doing these deep
you're like,
at it.
Oh my god, you're just covered in black gunk. You're all covered in gunk now. You're all covered in goo, and it's gross.
So she's maybe thinking if she can chop through this thing, we can get out of here and not deal with these ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
If we're covered in ectoplasm, maybe they'll think we're ghosts.
Oh. Same tide. Yeah.
So it's 2d6.
Yo-ho.
So it's actually 3d6 because of your coup de grace card.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's just roll them all at the same time. Let's see what
we got.
All right.
Oh my goodness. You rolled 12 and one of them was an explosion. So roll again. Okay. So your total bonus damage is 14 and your base chainsaw damage is also 14?
14, yes.
Wow. Yeah. So tell me how you kill this amorphous black ooze.
I think she's just like swipes over and over, like she's also taking the bat and just slash at it, and then just like until like there's like smoke from the chainsaw, and then it's just like there's nothing left. Like she's just covered.
It's just like you're bisecting it and bisecting it and like you're cutting it up like a pizza. You're cutting it like a pizza. You know what I mean? Like in one of those wonderful New York style pizzerias. And when you're done, 8 delicious triangle slices fall to the ground and just blop all over the ground and cover all of you in black. Cypress, you're covered in goo too.
The only good goo is a dead goo.
This is a very dead goo. And you do hear like an anguished scream in your brains as it falls to the ground. And it says, "We could work something out," before it dies. Great.
It's dead. Can we go?
Let's it's up to all of you. We can jump. Oh, and you see the thing you're looking for is in here too. You see in the corner. It's the Orrorsh. What was it?
Ugh.
The Greaves. The Greaves, which are like armor. I wrote this down.
No, the greaves are for your shins, right?
Yeah,
Greaves?
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
Shin, classic shin armor. Yeah.
I only know this because of magic
classic
at the gathering.
shin armor.
I mean, that's the most vulnerable spot in a soldier. So Flick, you are at this machine. It's got all sorts of buzz. It's got all sorts of whistles and buttons, and you're not exactly sure what it is, but the doctor says, oh yes, you do this, and he kind of gives you a quick tutorial.
Okay.
But he's like, but I'm lost beyond this. So what would you like to do? What skill would you like to use?
Flick looks at him a little crazy, like, you built this. What means you're lost? And so she
I
begins,
mean,
like,
I had a lot of instructions from the man upstairs.
Oh, you
By man,
followed
I
the
mean amorphous
instructions.
black ooze that took over my brain.
So Flick's going to try to, I mean, she doesn't, Dot does not know how this thing works, but I imagine there's like some tubing and some pipes, and Flick begins like pulling them and replacing them in other places because that's how technology works.
Yeah.
And like trying to like reverse polarize this ectoplasmic artifact finder thingy, whatever this is. Do I use computers for this, or do I use science?
I think science, because
Think
this is kind of
science?
like weird steampunky kind of. It's
Yeah,
not really
I hear
computer
that.
stuff.
I hear that. That makes
So-
sense. Okay. Well, it's still not bad. I don't have any modifiers, not at the moment. Oh, I only rolled a 12.
So that's not. This is going to be a DN 16 because.
Okay, I'm real close. Let me see what I've got. So I you know what? I'll just use another possibility.
Sure.
I got him to spend. So down a possibility. I rolled a 14, making that a 12.
Bam! Yeah, that is definitely going to do it. So yeah, you're able to, I don't know, reroute one
Yeah.
tube into the other
Yeah.
and turn
Reverse
it
polarize.
to reverse, and there's lots of things. And Dr. House is like, oh, I never would have thought that. Oh my goodness!
And I
that's
go,
so smart."
quickly, flip the switch backwards.
And he says, gladly, because before when I went to switch it on, someone else did it, and that was very upsetting for me. And then yeah, he flips it, and you hear, no, or I don't know. You
That was
hear
perfect.
exclamations of unhappy yo-hoing from the pirates.
Can it be backwards too, nonetheless?
Yes, as they begin sinking downwards in like a water vortex. What are those called again?
Like a whirlpool.
Whirlpool, yes. A whirlpool appears in the water, and they begin sinking downwards. And they say, "We'll get you back, Matsumoto," as they go down.
Flick was gonna say something cool, but she doesn't really say cool things. Time to flush the bad guy. And then she looks at everybody.
The doctor gives you like, "Oh, yeah."
Oh,
well,
did we get the what are they
flush 'em
called? The shin
good.
guards?
the Greaves?
The Greaves! The Greaves. Sorry, all I know is soccer terms. The Greaves. Where are the
Yeah.
Greaves?
Oh yeah, we aired our grievances with the guy upstairs.
Yeah,
Don't you worry.
it was also floating in him. We'll say that it was floating in the ooze next to one of the skulls. So you get a possibility point for that very stupid but very good pun.
Thank you.
We aired a
I was yelling, "Oh oi, oh oi!"
You get 2 possibility points because that one really got Rudy. I really enjoyed that. Okay. Dope. Okay. Yeah. So it's dead. Dr. Alsit is horrified when he kind of comes to, and he says, "You have to believe me. I was under that thing's influence. I'm a good person. I didn't mean for any of this to happen.
So the ghoul was your master?
He was controlling me. He's not my master. Science is my only master and mistress."
That resonates with Flick.
So you were just a goo-goo doll.
But I surrender myself to the will of the Delphi Council because clearly, what did you just say? I think I might take a possibility back.
So bad.
It's like, holy crap, I can't keep up with this.
Woo.
This is me on plenty of sleep.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll shut up.
Wow.
Weighted blanket. Okay. So yeah, he gives himself up. He surrenders to you. He realizes he did a bad thing. So if you want to bring him back and have him prosecuted by the Delphi Council or whatever, that's fine. Or you can just leave him here. Whatever.
I mean, he did help us. at
Yeah,
the
I think
end.
maybe we could put in a word for him. I mean, the
okay.
Delphi Council needs scientists of all kinds, right?
Oh, that's a good point.
There you
Yeah. All right.
So
perhaps a
basically, you're giving up
rehabilitation
your
work-
freedom from the goo to the Delphi Council.
I mean, I deserve it, he says, because I
Wow.
got all those people killed. So
Well, I mean, yeah.
indirectly, it wasn't like I cut them into pieces. It was someone else.
Wow.
Okay, let's move on from this dark turn. That is Orrorsh. So that's Orrorsh. Everybody gain 5 XP. You defeat the horrifying ooze.
We did it.
And so let's also, everyone should have XP to spend. And I'm going to tell you now, spend the XP because this is the last opportunity to spend your XP. So why don't we go around? What did you do with your XP, Cypress?
So what I did was I actually took not a spell. I took a perk, an actual perk under spellcraft, because I now have 5 spells, which allowed me to buy a perk called Magister, which is the spellcaster has reached a level of mastery where she can cast 2 different spells in the same turn as part of a multi-action.
Wow.
She may also use the same skill when doing so. So yeah. Okay. Casting 2 different spells requires 2 empty hands. Not a problem. I don't carry anything.
Nice. Magister.
Yeah.
How about you, Salvo?
Well, I had 16, and since I've already had 1 perk, that allowed me to buy 2 perks for 7 and 9. So I bought Hard to Kill, which gives me +1 wound. So now I have 10 shock and 4 wounds.
Wow.
And just a beast. And I also bought, because I was just like, I need some a little extra offense, so I got Relentless. So when I use an all-out attack, I can spend 3 shock to add a bonus die.
Ooh,
So-
on top of, wow, yeah, you can do a lot of damage. And then if you have coup de grace with that, that's 4
Fingers
bonus
crossed.
dice.
4 bonus dice on an outstanding success. That's all, like, it's all Salvo wants, is to just, I mean, I'm low-key making One Punch Man.
You're crazy,
So.
man. Dot, what did you get for Flick?
Yeah, so I had been building towards this, which I was finally able to buy, though it was the only thing I could buy because she has a lot of perks right now. So last time I bought Reality Runner, which allowed me to kind of like negate 4 points, right, of that reality when I roll for reality.
Yeah.
I took Adaptable, which means this Realm Runner doesn't cause contradictions when using equipment, spells, miracles, or powers supported by the local zone, even if the axioms are beyond his own personal reality, which means Flick's technology is safe no matter where she goes.
Wow.
Oh, damn. Oh,
She
damn.
is an adaptable reality runner. So that's the one that I took because I felt like it was right for Flick to be able to like come and go through the realities as she pleases.
Nice.
Hacking reality.
Yeah, basically she just hacked reality.
Yeah. Shauna, what new thing does Beck have?
I had enough for just another perk, so I took Negation, which allows me to spend a possibility to make sure that a enemy that is using one can't.
Oh, can you do that once per act, or is that just any? Oh, I guess it balances out. You have to spend your possibility.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Cool. Great. So you're all even stronger. Yay. Cool. So you all return to the USS Ronald Reagan, where your friend and mine, Quinn Sebastian, is waiting for you, and he says, "Great work over on Orrorsh. Yes.
Can we have a flashback to where we put the shin guards on? Because we don't know what they do.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can put them on.
Right? Does anybody
They're
know?
covered in like oozy gunk, but you can wipe that off. And so if you put them on, like, there's no need to identify them. You can tell instantly. You move faster. You move 50% faster. So if you have
50%.
movement speed of 6, it becomes 9. So
Wow.
whoever wants that
I
you can
need
take that.
that.
Wait,
for fleeing.
the super Mosi, just like
Yeah, the
Oh,
super
super
Rosa.
motion.
Yeah, just like moves real fast.
wow.
That's funny.
Oh, my move is 9 now. That would make it 12?
Wow. No,
No.
Even higher. 13, right?
13. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Oh man,
my move would be so. Wait, doubles your move?
Not doubles,
No,
but 50%.
50%.
50%.
Yeah.
50%. Oh my
of-
God.
Of 9 would be 4 if you round down. Yeah, that's wow.
Damn. I'm tempted to give the crown away to
Be
somebody.
18.
Oh, yours would be 18. Mine would be 15. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot.
I love the Super Mosey.
The Super Mosey is amazing.
Yeah, I would just go 6 to 9 though.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, from pure quantitative perspective.
Whew, get
So you
whiplash.
all decide who
walking.
you want to have it. It's up to you. Quinn Sebastian is willing to let you all have it. No,
Oh,
big
really?
deal.
No fighting for it.
No fighting, no big deal. You earned
We brought
it.
him a
He
scientist.
knows that he can't. Because we
Oh,
ask
yeah.
for it every time.
Or can we just put up so much of a fight whenever it's like, no.
Like,
Like,
no,
it's
we
like, oh,
brought this back.
no.
We're keeping it. Yeah.
Like every time, each time we've like it's been just exhausting to like try and argue.
You brought back a scientist too. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Proven a
Yeah.
good point.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
But he tells you, we had one of our B teams head to Tharkold and get the piece that I thought I wanted you to get, but maybe pacing didn't work out to the point where you'll be able to visit there. So someone else got the pauldrons, which
Ooh.
Oh, the shoulder.
the shoulder, yeah, those cool fancy
Mm.
part shoulder armor, mostly style armor.
Do they have the little duster dangles?
Yeah, oh
the
yeah,
sense of
Yeah.
yeah. But someone else is working on. We got another team working on that. I need you to get the final piece, the boots, and I need you to go to the Cyberpapacy. Cyberpapacy. We
You mean the
have
Space Pope?
the Cyber Pope, sir.
Oh.
The
We
cyber.
It's a
have
Cyberpope robot.
Cyber Pope. No, he's not.
Oh.
Well, he's got cybernetics implanted in him, and he's
Kind of robot.
like, where does the robot begin and the person end with
Does it matter?
cybernetics? That's a bigger question, I think, for all of us. But we have an incredible bit of intelligence that is among his many vices. One of them is that he likes to visit what was once a hotel, and it's got like surveillance systems all throughout it, and he likes to watch chaos unfold because they're kind of three gangs locked in the hotel, and they're constantly fighting each other. They're resupplied. People are kidnapped off the streets and forced to join a gang, and he likes to sit on the top floor with all his monitors. He's plugged into the godnet, which is their equivalent of the internet.
The
And
god.
he just watches it all unfold, and he does this once every couple months. He just likes to go and be witness to all these things. So we actually know that he's going to be there next Friday.
So it's basically like a peach trees and dread kind of thing,
Yeah.
where
Is
they're
this-
all
Yes,
locked in a big
Dread.
building.
Just like
Yes.
they just find his itinerary and it's just like underlined like hotel time.
Hotel time, yeah, and like little smiley faces and stars around it because that's
Oh.
one of his favorite
Chaos.
things.
Every month it's like, which one is it? Oh, it's this. It must be this one.
But the
Yeah.
smiley face has X for eyes. 'cause-
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So we can get you in and have you join one of the gangs if you want, or just go in on your own. And
Can we not claim to add a fourth gang?
Gee, what kind of chaos would that sow?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I
Can
don't
we
think
be
we
our
have
own
the
gang?
ability. Well, right now there's always been 3 gangs. That's the magic number.
Wow,
Tell
it's
us
like a
about
holy-
these gangs.
Holy
Maybe we could
Trinity.
just.
Like
we show up.
either we join them or we get rid of one and we are
Join-
the third gang.
Could we just
Yeah.
take the place of a gang?
So they're big. They each have
Oh.
it's a big grand hotel. It's in
So-
Toulouse. It was called the Grand Robert. It was a pretty famous hotel, known for very fancy stuff before the invasion. There are 3 factions: the Street Rats,
So clever.
the
Go to
Black
Aladdin.
Eyes,
Okay.
Well, okay.
These are
and an unnamed faction run by a guy named Armand.
The Jets.
No, unnamed. They made a
Oh.
point of not choosing a name
Wow.
because it's more
Cool. I guess.
anti-system. I don't know.
yeah, it's like we don't
They're
like-
just a
they're
symbol.
counterculture.
They're just a
Yeah.
symbol
Yeah,
now.
they're just a symbol now. So, if you say for us to join a gang,
So, like I said, people are kidnapped off the streets and kind of like, now you're a part of the Black Eyes. Like they just kind of spawn, one might say, or they like wake up in the.
So we need to plan
headquarters.
our own kidnapping.
No, we'll take care of all that for. I mean, if you want to,
We'll take care of our-
we'll get you in. We'll find. We've got some contacts within the Cyberpope that are loyal, Cyberpapacy that are loyal to us, so we can get you in.
Which one would you put us in?
But well, it's up to you. It's up to you.
What are the well, okay, then we need to know exactly
yeah,
what
let me tell you
their
about
food
them.
situation is, because like that's really important.
Food is so they're resupplied with food and weapons all the time, and they've been promised that if they can wipe out the other factions, they'll be let free. But because they keep getting new recruits, it kind of is this constant, never-ending. It's like a war of attrition with unlimited resources.
Like G.I. Joe.
Like G.I. Joe?
It never ends.
I guess Cobra, they never
They
get
just
rid of
keep
Cobra.
getting more stuff. They just
Yeah, all right. I guess like G.I. Joe then. Yeah,
Their
I
stuff
guess
doesn't,
like
like-
G.I. Joe. I guess I can't fault you for that.
What can you tell us about these gangs? Because I imagine based on their very clever names that they are unique in some ways.
Yes, I can tell you about these gangs. The street rats, as you might imagine, are mostly like people who are out of work and have unfortunately been turned to the streets.
Okay.
They always
It's
go to the
like-
market and steal food.
Yeah,
Those
well,
baguettes.
they're like
I don't buy
they're
that.
like rough, rough and tough. You know what I mean? I think you'd work as one of those, and he points to Salvo. A kind of
The
Jeez.
cyber Aladdin.
more brutal. There's less cybernetics within their members. They're more like punchy, like you. You punch things.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I guess the black eyes would be more like you. And he points to you, Flick. They're more kind of cybernetic-y. The black eyes is what they're called because they have a lot of them have cybernetic eyes. You know what I mean? So you look at
That
it,
comes standard when you join the gang.
it's a choice.
They shine your eyes.
I mean, it's a status thing too. You know, the longer you've been a black eye, the more opportunities you get to have a black eye implanted in your head.
Skull.
Normal eye. Yeah. Replace a normal eye, get a black eye. So they're more like sabotagey, subterfuge, kind of sneaky types. Oh. Sorry, that's my dog.
And the symbol formerly known as unknown.
Armand's crew.
Armand.
Let's go with that. Armand's crew. They're actually trying to break out. They're actively usually like trying to find ways out of the hotel. Like they're more on the defensive. They kind of have their turf, and they're just kind of dug in, and they act. There's often like alliances between the other two to attack them. They just kind of want to do their own thing and escape. They don't want to play the Cyberpope's game.
I vote we go unarmed or unnamed, excuse me.
So there are also just people kind of who don't want to be involved and have kind of like hiding in the vents of the, like in Die Hard, they're hiding, which comes out next year. They're hiding in the vents of, they're just trying to be unassociated with it. They've kind of accepted their lot as just, they don't want to fight. They're doing the passive resistance.
The ventilation in this
They just
hotel
kind
is
of,
very
they've
bad.
kind of, yeah,
Just full.
They're with their
kind of given
Zippos.
up, and they just don't want to be involved in any of the fighting and just kind of scrounge.
Come out, see the cyber pope, have a few laughs.
No bullet, no cyber bullets.
Okay.
So does the Pope have the boots? Is he in possession of the boots?
He's wearing the boots
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Okay.
It'll be hard to catch him then.
that are
Yeah.
rumored to be boots worn by
It's a fast
Alexander Dumas, writer of the Three Musketeers.
What do we
Oh,
know
they're the
about this
fancy boots.
hotel?
I have a floor plan for you. It's 5 floors. Alexander Dumas.
And you said he's running a lot of tech out of it, which means he has to have like
So the whole thing is like wired to the like CCTV, wired to the max. There are drones kind of floating around that he can also like plug into cybernetically, and there's traps and doors that he can open and close. He has like a whole mainframe connectivity, like he has a whole like battle station where he can control things and cause chaos and have a good laugh while he's doing it.
okay.
He's a sick son of a bitch.
What if we put his video feed on loop?
Yes.
mean, definitely. That's
Yeah.
So hacking into the god. So let's talk about the cyberpapacy.
Yeah, let's talk about this
Let's
god
talk
network.
about the cyberpapacy and the god network and the cyberpapacy at large. So cyberpapacy, let's break it down by axioms, and let's talk a little bit about what is not so nice there. Magic 14, which is not bad. I don't know if that works for you, Cypress. Social 18, spirit 16, tech 26. So the tech level is the highest in the game. It is very futuristic tech. So they hate magic in the cyberpope world. They hate magic. Magic is outlawed, and anyone who uses magic is immediately arrested. Magic, is not the only magic they like is divine magic from the cyberpope. Any other type of divine magic used, also a no-go. Like everything has to be through the cyberpope. So Cypress using magic, there's actually some pretty terrifying possible things that can happen that we'll get into with cosm cards.
So glad I can cast 2 spells each
Yeah.
turn.
So
Ooh.
that's something to look for. There's also the world laws. We have the law of the one true way, which is basically what I was referring to, that magic is outlawed, but also using miracles, which is what divine magic spells are called, other than the cyber popes, the cyber church, it counts as a contradiction. So this is actually not really a big deal because none of you use divine magic or miracles. But if you were to cast something using another source of divinity, then that would cause a contradiction immediately, because only cyber pope miracles are allowed to happen, cyber church miracles. And then, as I mentioned, the law of heretical magic, which is that magic is outlawed. We don't like magic here. Bad. So, in fact, Amber, if you roll a mishap, which is a 1, or depends on the axioms. If you roll a mishap, you will suffer 1 bonus die of shock. So you will suffer 1d6 of shock as the magic kind of explodes back onto you.
Well, it's good that I'm resilient then, because when I fail a spell, suffer 1 less shock than usual.
Well, there you go.
Woohoo!
And then the last thing is the law of suspicion, which is the cyber church runs everything, and breaking the law, it's a lot of paranoia, a lot of, brothers tattling on brothers kind of a thing, like to try and it's this all-encompassing government. So be loyal to the government or be arrested, basically, are your options. So yeah, there's this whole paranoia for everyone. And obviously, the government's kind of evil. They're kidnapping people and making them fight each other in hotels. So it's just a terrifying kind of day-to-day life for the citizens of the cyber papacy. I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, I sneezed.
Well then.
So what are you thinking? What are the plans here?
Well, Salvo would nominate the unnamed gang. They might be the most likely to actually help us without ratting us out. Since they want to escape, we want to take down the Pope. Our goals would align.
Agreed. Though it might be a nice idea to rally all of the gangs together. Right? If we could get, say, the Black Eyes to help us loop his feed, and the Street Rats to, you said they were fighting types, right? So
they're like, big tough guys.
Big tough guys to cause a
tough guys
distraction,
walk.
right? I wonder if we could get them to work together.
How long has this hotel gang situation been going on for? Hundreds of years, decades?
No. Since the Cyber Pope Malraux has come into power, which has been a year and a half.
Okay, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Or wait, damn it, I forgot. I said it's like day 90, so it's really not that long, actually.
Not to be like a negative.
It was day 93 when we started the campaign. We'll say that another 6 months have passed.
Yeah. Not to be a negative perspective here, but maybe diplomatic measures might not be easy to do. It might be easier to get what we need if we use them as a distraction.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
pretend to be maybe cause them to cause those two groups to cause chaos, and we go with what Salvo says, go with the was the unnamed crew and use them as like our neutral territory. They can help, maybe they'll help us out while those two are fighting over whatever it is that they fight about, because I
So
don't
what's the
understand
actual
God
plan
net
for
stuff.
escape? You said you have maps of the hotel? 5 stories. He's probably on the top, right?
Yeah, so Mauro is on the top, or the Cyberpope is on the top floor, and it's kind of like all locked down. So he's got like, he's got like in the center of the floor. He's where his whole battle station is with all his monitors and stuff.
With these Greaves, somebody could move extremely fast.
Yes, they could.
We all nod, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just like, if somebody loops the cameras, if we manage to loop the cameras, somebody could race up to that floor while a distraction, as you mentioned, is caused.
It's a possibility.
Well,
Wait,
the first thing we
who
have to
gets
do
the
is get
possibility?
kidnapped. But we have to get kidnapped first.
So we'll take care of all that. Like I said, we'll
Yeah. Don't get us in.
You will have you be considered new recruits. Like you'll wake up in the whatever faction you want to start in, or if you want, you can be separate. You know, we can get you in other ways.
Will there be someone in the gang that knows that we're being implanted in the gang?
No, they'll just think you're normal people that have been kidnapped off the streets and forced to join one of the gangs.
So we'll have no ally, essentially.
And there's no one on the inside that can help
Yeah.
you. No, you're on your own. That's why I chose you. This is a hard mission, possibly the hardest mission.
I imagine if you said he's broadcasting it.
No, it's all internal.
It's
It's
all
like
internal?
on a CCTV kind of style.
We could simply shock his whole system and bring it down.
It would be difficult. So the GodNet is very hard to hack, and it's very easy to get caught like trying to hack into it.
Not
Already,
hacking,
we're
but, like,
already in hotel like fight zone. How?
But there has to be some tech on site, like his computers and things. Not the mainframe itself, not the GodNet itself, but like we could just like take down his internal network to shock the shit out of it.
Yeah, the building, right?
I mean,
if we could get to it.
If we're talking about creating distractions, magic would be a nice big distraction to cover the hacking.
Yeah.
That's the backup plan. And if the hacking gets caught, then whoever could have the Greaves to make the run. Just saying, we want to have a backup plan to the backup plan to back up the backup plan.
Sure.
Okay.
Is I think Mac just looks at. Is there a way to, if we don't do the fancy hacking or don't do the fancy, is there a way to like just hit the system?
Like break it?
Yes.
Probably not. I mean, there's like the main servers, I guess, for the internal network are also on that top floor where he is. He's like kind of surrounded by them. He loves to be with his servers, that creepy Cyberpope. Not to kink shame, but he loves his servers. But it's unlikely that you can just like break a terminal. And,
oh no, I mean like if someone were to go run to the top and just wreck shop in the top floor would allow everyone else to get up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, all the doors are like locked electronically and things like that. So if you take down the whole system by bashing the servers with a baseball bat, that probably would cause everything to unlock, including external doors.
That's what. Yeah, that's Flick goes. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If I, because her glove is like it crackles electricity. She's like, we overload his local stuff and you smash it, then he can't, at least for the time being, see anybody escape. All the doors will unlock, and everybody can run for it.
It's just then a matter of getting to that 5th floor undiscovered and getting into his room where you can bash the servers and dealing with him himself.
Yes.
It seems to me we need to start an all-out gang war to distract him in order to get to the 5th floor.
That's true. He would definitely be happy to watch an all-out gang war if an all-out
And
gang war was happening.
And since our intel says that the unnamed gang doesn't like to go on the attack, if they suddenly did, that would be an extra element of chaos that would both draw his eye but keep him distracted.
Yeah. And if they want to get out, it would be incentive for them to actually do that.
Yeah.
And then if things don't work that way, then I can disguise myself as some gang member who is a very powerful mage and cast a fireball somewhere.
Or just like
another gang member.
Start the gang. Yeah, start the gang war.
Ooh,
Yeah. Even if
Alright.
they don't bite, we could start it ourselves. Just
Sounds like we got the good foundation for a plan.
I'm sure it'll work perfectly.
and Flick goes, I'm kind of fast, and if nothing else, I have a really high stealth. Flick might be able to sneak to the top.
That sounds good.
To get into the actual top floor, it might be best that you do.
Yes.
Because that way you can open the way for Beck and I.
All the
and then
doors
we can-
along the way.
And then we can get to smashing some servers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
dig.
fast, but I don't know how to break any of these, like...
Yeah, between her
Mechanical things.
computer and Flick's stealth, I think she could do it.
Okay.
I think she could do it. All right, this is a plan. Kidnap us, Flick says.
Cool. So what faction do you want to be kidnapped to? Did you
Think
want to go?
unknown.
The
the
You
unknown.
want to go
unknown.
there?
Unknown
Okay.
group, yeah.
Armand's crew.
Armand's crew. The
Wait,
symbol
are they
formerly known
vampires?
as.
They are not
Please,
vampires.
vampire.
Please?
Please.
Can they
Oh,
be
man.
pretty vampires?
Maybe psychic vampires?
But they would.
Oh, no.
You know, psychic vampires are found in most cosms, and there's many different types. No, I'm sorry.
But write a book. Okay. So
Oh, and I had one more thing.
Oh.
I know who's injured. Isn't
Oh, me.
Cypress pretty
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
so-
Oh, yeah. You look over, I'm like
so-
holding my
yeah,
side.
I'll say you can get healed by 1 wound, but it was a pretty significant. And time is of the essence.
Yeah.
So-
So, Flick actually bought as part of her equipment slap patches, which are a thing in the game. And I go over to maybe like a wound or something, and I
Tell us about what
Slap
are slap
patch.
patches? How do
slap
they work?
patch. A slap patch is a strip of vat-grown skin that fuses with damaged flesh it comes in contact with. Using an action, and a slap patch immediately heals 1 wound, so
Yeah.
you can heal
Okay.
another wound.
So that's perfect because when the tentacle went over you, it kind of like melted you. Like it felt like acid was grabbing you, Cypress. That was the kind of injury you took.
Okay.
Acid grabbed. If this was Forged in the Dark, that's what your injury would be called.
Gotcha.
Sure, you can. See how they like that. Cool. So yeah, I guess that's it. We're good to go. Everybody's got the plan is got.
Yep.
And we will now draw cosm cards
Oh.
for
Oh, we need to draw.
Cyberpapacy.
Oh, we need to draw our hands up too.
Draw our
all
Yes,
right,
draw
I
your
get-
hand up back to 4.
All right.
While I get all
Let
the
me just get
cards ready.
Oh crap! I did that thing
Take back
again.
Orrorsh.
Hang it.
Oh, out of cards.
Out of cards. Oh, is
I
it
actually-
out of cards? All right.
Mhm.
Reshuffle.
Oops.
I'm just gonna take everybody's cards and reshuffle them. So
Okay.
you're gonna lose all
Okay.
your cards.
There you go. Yeah.
And I'm going to
there you go.
discard a couple of these because I accidentally drew the wrong.
Me too.
Uh,
I did
yeah.
the same thing.
Do it. Just put them on the board and then delete them.
Got it.
That way they're not. All right. So everybody gets 4. Oh, are people drawing for themselves? Yeah, you should be able to draw now from the
Got it.
deck.
Destiny.
Oh, you're
Okay.
4. And while you're at it, draw 1 cosm card from the Cyberpapacy. And yeah, I mean, things go without this. This is a top priority for the Delphi Council. So you're blindfolded at certain points because the resistance within the Cyberpapacy is a big part of it, but you're smuggled in essentially, and they manage. So normally people are knocked unconscious, or they just wake up suddenly inside there. But again, through subterfuge and stealthiness, you're all able to stay awake as you're pretend knocked out.
Mm.
And you're loaded into a van driven over a rough kind of way. You're put in stretchers and taken into the stretchers and laid down, and then that's it. You hear like an airlock closing noise, like a psh, and then the lights come on in the room you're in. So that's where we are now. For in the meantime, let's read these Cosm cards. I'm very excited. So who drew this one? Malrose Wrath. Who's that?
It's Dot.
Dot? Okay, then we'll skip that one. Heightened Paranoia. Dot went AFK real fast. Jump it back.
Oh, that's mine.
What is this? Tell us about it.
Play in a populated area. The people there are on high alert. Intimidation, persuasion, and streetwise tests are hard, -4. Until a glory card is played in the area. A mishap when using any of these skills alerts the church police. All players gain 1 possibility.
Okay, so you play that.
Everyone's gonna be super like, no.
I'm not sure why you would play that. I guess to gain the possibility. Everybody getting a possibility is pretty good, but yeah, that would be pretty difficult to overcome with that. Rage. Uses rage.
I got rage. Play on any character with cyberware or occult tech. She suffers an outburst of cyberpsychosis for the remainder of the scene. She adds 1 bonus dice to damage results, but on a mishap, a random target is hit instead.
Okay. So
alternatively, I could discard this card and draw a new one. I'm not sure if this is worth. I don't know. I'll think about it.
Okay. And then mandatory upgrade. I assume that's yours.
Yes, that is mine. An ill-timed upgrade or glitch causes a piece of Tech 26 technology to malfunction and fail for the remainder of the scene. If the item belonged to an ally, your Storm Knight and the target gain 1 to 3 possibilities based on the severity of the loss. GM's call.
Interesting.
Oh, what's it?
Okay, so right, I mean, no one right now has Tech 26 technology. That's Cyberpapacy specific. That's like the highest level. So that would be like cybernetic kind of stuff. I'm going to do something too. I'm going to play this card because I'm the GM and I can do what I want. And this is the last act of the game. It's called Heretical Magic. Play immediately when drawn. The first player character who rolls a mishap while casting a spell summons a minor demon. So all Storm Knights gain 2 possibilities after the demon is defeated. If there are no spellcasters in the group, discard and draw. Well, we have a spellcaster in the group, so that is here. That's Rudy's doing that.
It's fine.
By the way, when we're drawn into our hand, we can like discard and redraw another card, right?
1. You can do 1.
All right, I can do. All right.
I think I want to discard my rage and draw.
Oh, you want to draw? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
You can do that. You can just delete it and draw a new one.
Yeah,
I
I literally drew 2 cards. I'm going to keep these. One, I recover 5 shock. The other is Inspire, which I can recover 3 shock.
Ooh.
So I picked that 1 power perfectly.
All right.
So I'm going to discard that and draw 1 more because I also have 2 of the +3s to a test.
Cool. And then Dot, why don't you read your Cosm card for us? Malrose Wrath. That's the name of the.
Is that the one that I got? Okay.
Yeah.
Play when your hero or an ally fails a casting test with magic or miracles. The caster suffers a 4 shock instead of the usual 2. All other allies within 20 meters suffer 2 shock. All those affected gain 1 possibility.
Wow. Yeah. The Cyberpapacy is not a friend.
Not a
A lot of these cards are bad things happen to you. You gain only 1 possibility. So I don't know. You guys have to determine whether or not you want to use them.
I love that this is.
I did.
Resistance.
That was my new card I drew.
That's
so,
a good one. Read that one aloud.
The resistance comes to the hero's aid. They might bring allies to a fight, distract church police from pursuing the Storm Knights, or provide information, items, or other resources to the team.
Wow.
I'm glad I got rid of rage.
Yeah, that's a good trade. So I just talked about how these cards are unfriendly. That is a very friendly card. So the resistance is waiting in the wings when you need their help. So that's your card, Amber. You can decide when you want to play that. If you want to play that, maybe you don't need their help. That's stupid resistance. Okay, so like I said, you have been smuggled into the area for Armand's crew. There's kind of like a like waiting area, like I'm trying to describe it. Like people are brought into this room and then the doors are all locked, like they're let in and the doors are locked, and then another door opens that leads into the hotel, and that's what happens. The doors open and a man is standing there by himself. He's like in his mid to late 30s. He's got kind of like a grizzled 5 o'clock shadow. He has a cybernetic arm. His right arm is completely cybernetic, and he looks very, very tired. Like that's the first thing you notice, is that he has big bags under his eyes, and he looks tired and kind of a little sad looking at all of you. You're the only recruits in this. The four of you are the only people in the room. And he says, "Oh man, welcome to hell." Uh, and he says, "Please follow me. I have many things to tell you. But first off, I just want to say I'm very sorry that you have to go through this. I just want you to know it was not my choice to bring you here, but that damn cyber pope."
Mm-hmm. Well, don't you worry. I've already been through hell, and Russia's much colder than this. So,
a well-journeyed man. Good, we could use your help. And he kind of breaks down in the same language that you've already heard about what this is. You know, we don't have to go over it again. It's pretty straightforward. You notice he isn't like hiding any secrets or lying to you, or he's being very upfront about what this is. Welcome to hell. It's pretty straightforward. He tells you that, you know, he's trying to find a way to escape. He doesn't want to fight the other factions. He's more interested in getting himself and everyone that he's looking after out of there. And as you walk through, so this is on the first floor, all of the like headquarters of the factions are on the first floor, and there's kind of this like truce that the fighting will take place on subsequent floors, that kind of like you leave there unless there's like a major move to kind of take out someone else's base. They kind of leave them alone. And also you see it is very fortified. There's sandbags set up in hallways. There are like checkpoints within this area. There's a lot of people. They have like guns, they have rifles, they have weird cybernetic like electro rifles, maybe some of those catch your eye flick as you walk around. It's pretty heavily fortified. Those of you who have seen kind of military setups are a little impressed by what you have here. And he introduces himself. They call me Armand, but my name is actually Philippe Bouchard. And he reaches out to shake all of your hands with his cybernetic arm.
Why do they call you Armand if your name is
honestly do not know.
That's okay. Then I'll shake his hand like after I ask my question.
Word is strange. You know, a rumor begins and you try your best to squash it, but
but you end up as Armand.
It is impossible. It's not a bad name. I don't dislike Armand, but my name is Philippe. Yes, I was once the head of the resistance in Toulon, but I was captured, and now I am here. With my leadership background, I have become the leader of this gang.
Is that what it says on your resume?
I don't show the resume out usually, but yes, it would say that if you asked. So yes, I was trying to find ways to escape. We have been trying to. So I think he probably wants to get a feel for all of you before he kind of reveals the plans that he's going to have. So he's going to make checks against you all, test checks. And you can choose whether or not you want to resist or not. So here's how this is going to work. If he gets an outstanding success, maybe he learns a little bit more about you than you want to reveal. Just like he gets the measure of your person. And he is... you can tell immediately he's someone who's dealt with moles, who's dealt with like traitors within his own organizations. So you get the sense that he might be able to find you out if he rolls really well. on the same side, like if you resist him, then maybe he's become suspicious in another way. Like I don't know that I can trust you, kind of a deal. So I'm gonna have him roll against everybody's maneuver. Or no, roll against everybody's. We'll say it's for trick, but it isn't really like he's not trying to trick you, just for game's sake.
So we're rolling trick.
So it'll go, yeah, it'll be a test, or you can just let him roll against your trick defense.
Salvo isn't going to resist him. He's going to go up, shake his hand, look him straight in the eye, and say, "Listen, the First Amendment guarantees the freedom of religion. It also means freedom from religion. So I cannot let this stand."
You are very American. I can tell this. Okay, so Flick has chosen to resist. This is the roll against Salvo, whatever your trick defense is. What is your trick defense?
It's a 5.
Whoa! So he rolled a 16, which gives him an outstanding success, like we were just talking about.
Uh-huh.
So he shakes your hands cautiously and doesn't. He comments on your Americanness, but chooses not to do anything further. So Flick, you resisted with a 15. Okay, he fails. So he shakes your hand and introduces himself and seems to be more trusting of you. Cypress and Beck, would either of you like to resist this?
No.
No.
Okay. So what are your respective trick defenses?
11 for me.
Okay.
5.
So he doesn't learn more about you, Cypress, and he doesn't learn more about you, Beck. So the only person who he really, really strongly succeeded against was Salvo. Hard on his sleeve, Salvo, as I like to say.
I'm an open book.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a pocket constitution.
So he says, my friend, I know that you are obviously, as I said, a man who's been around the world. I would like you to perhaps go and meet with my captain of the guard, and she will outfit you and get you some weapons so you two can help be a defensive member of our group. You three, I think I would like to speak to you privately, if that's okay. So he tries to send you off. A woman with an eye patch and like she's like muscly and she's wearing like fatigues kind of, but like she's got the arms cut off to show off her muscles because it's so badass looking. She comes over to you and she's got like a big saw, like a big machine gun, and she goes, "You look like you know your way around guns. Come with me."
Well, I mean, I do dual wield guns. These right here, and he kind of flexes, kind of showing them off.
Yeah, she just looks at you. Very, very nice. Would you like to come with me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so she leads you off. The other three, he says, I feel that I can trust you. I'm not so sure about the other guy. He's posturing quite a bit, I must say. It makes me a little suspicious, I must admit. But if you follow me, we are currently trying to dig our way out of the hotel. And he shows you like a back room where they've destroyed kind of like the ground level and now have gotten to the dirt kind of level underneath. And you see they've got like a light set up and are making progress. There's a few people down there digging right now just with like basic spades, and kind of they've made things out of chairs to kind of make shovels, and it's obviously slow going, but it looks like they're making progress. And he's like, I have very high hopes for this working, and I think that we will succeed in escaping sometime soon, if not immediately. And I just wanted to show you because I think we could use your help. You look like good diggers. Yes, I feel that you are good, strong diggers. Yes, especially you. He points to Flick. Yes, you look. Maybe you're more the foreman type. You can tell them how to dig. No, okay. Well, sometimes my thoughts on these things are wrong. Yes.
So remind me real quick. He has no idea who we are. He just thinks
no. He just thinks you're people that have been pulled off the streets and forced to be here.
Oh Lord. It's like a huddle up crew.
Okay.
I'm for a group huddle.
Interesting.
Yeah, It feels so empty without
This
our
is-
guns.
This is the opposite of what we want, right? Is that I'm
Uh,
right
do
in the
we wanna
plan?
I don't want to. No, we shouldn't be digging holes right now.
I'm gonna assume that if this the Pope, what is his name? No, the Cyber Pope has
Cyber.
Cyber Pope has a lot of security on this place. Probably also under the ground.
Sensors and things.
Yes. Could actually trip it.
Okay.
And then what? They're gonna dig out front to the lawn where there's
Also, when people generally say
Clones?
that they are almost done, they're nowhere near done.
No, they're gonna
So
die.
the real question is, do we want them to just keep digging as a distraction and set off the alarm? Or do we try to warn them?
That was why I got this huddle. It's like I feel so sorry for these people.
People, this is
Should we let him know
I-
what we're here for? Maybe he could be an ally.
I will be completely honest. When they said that they had resistance, I didn't think it was a tunnel.
Yeah, I look over and they're like using plastic spoons.
No.
Is that, what are they digging with? They have
It's like
they
Shawshank
made
Redemption.
some-
Yes, it's like Shawshank
What was it? Those little like kid shovels that they for like sandcastles. It's like
sandcastles. That was
No.
in my head, Rudy. Sorry.
They've kind of like used, like I said, they've turned like chairs and
Mhm.
kind of
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
rebuilt them with someone
Sure.
obviously is
Yeah,
a,
the scoop.
jury
yeah.
rigged kind of things. Yeah, they've jury
Someone's
rigged
using a sawed off Coca-Cola can.
Oh.
Ticking.
Oh.
scooping with a Coke can.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No.
I feel
Um,
real bad for these people.
I do as well. But
Can we trust this Armand Felipe?
Philippe
we should-
Bouchard.
We should pull him into another
Sure enough.
room.
Okay. Yeah, he's the leader, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's
Can I check my
So-
gut? Is there like an intuition check?
So
on my
here's
gut?
what
Oh
I'll
my
so
God.
here's what I'll say. I will let you flick. If you want, you can roll me a science check
read
or
today.
a spot. What is the equivalent to
Find?
perception in this? Find, yeah.
Find is way better or find or tracking. I could do either.
No, not tracking.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember if
Mm.
find.
Well, that was a real bad roll regardless. Like a real bad roll. I rolled a 4, which means my result was a 6. So let me see here. Could use a possibility. Yeah, I could use a possibility.
Yeah, this would definitely be find.
Find. Okay, so I just didn't roll very well, so I'm gonna roll a possibility up on this horrid roll. That makes it a 13. Oh, wait, and do I have a card I can play? Because I have that special perk that allows me to play a card anytime I want. Or at least one. Play this card as a possibility, may not spend more than one. Well, no, I'll just take the 13. I'm gonna save that for what I imagine is gonna be chaos later.
So it's actually pretty difficult. This I should have told you.
Is it?
It's a DN 16.
Okay, then I will play. I'll play that card because I got it. Why not?
Okay.
So this is I'm gonna play this hero card. There it is, Grant. That means that I get to play like a second possibility basically without actually being. So I use the new roll or the original roll. How do I do
Total roll for so use 14. The total
14
roll.
this time
yeah,
around.
exactly, and
Okay.
it'll add that to your next.
21.
Okay. So, with your well-learned eye of technology, you notice that his cybernetic arm, something is off about it. Something seems wrong about it. And just kind of, you have like fun goggles or something, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have like yes. I do have fun goggles, even though I'm not wearing.
So
them. Right there,
just
here they are. Look how fun.
yeah, you pop on your goggles, and as you scan his arm to get like further details, you can see it is compromised. Like someone else has some sort of control over it.
I pulled them into a tighter huddle.
Okay. What are you doing? Is this an American thing? What is this?
Yes,
Like
this is how
American
Americans.
football?
Yes, this is yes.
Mm.
His arm is compromised, like he's being controlled. Maybe we shouldn't tell him the plan. Maybe we should let him keep digging. You're muted.
Oh, I'm just not talking loud enough. I'm whispering
Oh,
way too
okay.
low.
Okay.
Too low for my microphone. I just... I'm really role playing, y'all.
Right, yeah, we're owning it. Oh, yeah.
You mean it can do that?
Well, I believe the Cyberpope can do that.
You know more about these things.
Yeah, the Cyberhope could do that, definitely.
The Cyberpope could
Yeah,
definitely do that.
Okay. So
either we hold him down and I try to reprogram his arm and hack the Cyberpope out, or we just keep it to ourselves.
Keep it to ourselves.
I think you see like you see the little like hamster on wheel for like Beckman, just like, okay, how can we just do I knock him over the head? It's just
I just feel it's just his arm, right? Like
Yeah,
it's just his
so I
arm.
mean that's the only real like cybernetic aspect of him. It's his arm, but yeah.
So how much control would one have? Is it just the arm that's going to be in control?
So you're not sure. It's more like he's like there's bugs in it, as in like listening bugs.
Oh,
Mm.
we're going even
necessarily-
tighter
like,
to the huddle.
He still has control of it, but it seems
Okay.
like it's got plants
It's
in it or whatever.
it's bugged. They can heal
Oh, that's
us.
dirty. God.
could you tell him?
Then the
Or like hold up a piece of paper and just say,
yeah,
just like-
we could use ancient tech, right? Just write with a notepad and paper. You're being
Right.
bugged.
We're okay. Oh, Flick has like this glove on, right? That has like a Radio Shack style keyboard on it and some other
Yeah.
stuff. And
Mhm.
okay, Flick comes over. Okay, Flick goes, so we want to tell him, right?
Yeah,
I
if
like-
we can make sure that. Yeah. Okay. Yes. If we could do it this way, where the Cyberpope can't hear it.
Yeah, it's like I imagine it's like a calculator screen, so it's like nice and small.
Okay.
You know, on it, and I just type out your arm is bugged, and then I show it to him.
His eyebrows go wide, and his eyes as well, not just his eyebrows.
His eyes stay totally normal.
His
Just his
eyebrows
Oh,
just,
no.
like, stretch out and go wide. No,
oh,
he looks very concerned, and he can't help himself. He says, "I know it." That's all he says. Then he kind of puts his cybernetic hand over his mouth, and then he's like, "Oh no!"
Yeah. Should we help?
But he looks confused, like,
Boop boop boop.
Yeah,
I
you
type,
write out our
"Help."
entire
Right.
backstory. On
so you're explaining. I mean, yeah, we can.
Can we? Yeah, I go help, and then can we? Oh, I type in, can we remove the arm?
So this is gonna take some. I mean, so cybernetics are like attached to it. It's like in part of him. Is anyone trained in medicine?
I have first aid.
No, this is
Opposite.
like this is oh,
No
man.
medicine, no proper medicine.
So this
ooh.
Can you start up the chainsaw? Like
I'm thinking.
You don't want that. You really don't want that.
Maybe let's jump to Salvo. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking
Okay,
about how
while
to
you think on
determine
that,
this.
okay.
So the woman introduces herself as Crag, and she brings you into what must have been like the coat room, the hotel.
Okay. Okay.
And it is lined with guns and like melee weapons and all sorts of things. And she's like, "Well, you look like a soldier type, so I'll let you decide what you want to use." And she kind of waves to everything.
Yeah, I mean, I did do a term of service, although I'm obligated to not speak of it ever again.
Oh boy.
But And he kind of like reaches into his Acme bag that he's always has under his cape, and he pulls out the American Way, which is his machine gun, his M16. And so he's like, I know it's an antique. Do you have maybe an upgrade for it?
I'm going to say that you could bring an M16 in with you, but yeah, you see an M4, which is the kind of more modern version of an M16. We're getting real into gun stuff, but yeah, you see an M4 there, which is in the game. So if you look up stats for an M4, in fact, you might have it already. No, you have an M4. It looks good. It's got like a scope on it, and it's got a nice hand grip and all that good stuff. So you got a gun. Ho, ho, ho. Now you have a machine gun, I think is what they say.
Now I do.
She nods approvingly. So let's set you up at, you've done guard duty before. Not the most exciting job, but it's an important job. And so she starts to lead you into the hotel. She goes to starts going up the stairs to the second floor.
Mm-hmm. So what's the plan here? What do y'all usually, y'all take it to these other guys, these other gangs?
Nah, we kind of want to keep to ourselves. We got a plan, all right? Just you serve before, you know how it works. You know, you hear the plan, it trickles down, you know what I mean? You'll hear the plan when you need to hear the plan, but I think you just need to trust in me. We're not gonna we don't want to hurt anybody. We don't want to get hurt. A lot of this is for show, and it works. Like the other groups see how organized we are and how we don't take any BS, and they just leave us alone. So that's what we want. So we're going to hang out on guard duty with this guy. And she points, there's a man sitting. He's older. He's got kind of like a gray beard. He's drinking coffee. He has like a sniper rifle slung on his back. And he goes, hello. Yeah, take a seat. We're on guard duty. And he points to an adjacent chair. There's like sandbags set up, and he's sitting behind sandbags.
Interesting. So we're guards.
We're guards.
Gotcha.
He's enthusiastic. My name's Jim Davis. Nice to meet you. He shakes your hand.
Well, I'm Salvo, and you're Jim Davis. And
Jim Davis.
This is guard duty. Do they often attack here? Is this
no?
Interesting.
Or not in this part anyway. You see, it's facing like a bathroom. You know, we're pretty far back defensive lines. I think there's two more like guards in front of us. Sometimes I hear shooting, but I've been here for 3 weeks and I haven't had any issues. It's pretty great. Jim Davis.
Do you know how to use that gun?
I mean, you know, I've seen the movies. You just point and pull the trigger.
Okay.
Point at what you want killed and pull the trigger. You see the safety is on?
Yeah.
Which is good. I mean, generally.
Yeah. No.
He doesn't say anything about a safety when you ask him about it.
That's good trigger discipline. And Salvo is going to give him like a idiot's guide to guns, right? Quick.
Oh, sure. I love it. Take a possibility point.
And just kind of like shaking his head like, oh, these people.
Yeah, he doesn't catch on. He doesn't catch on very quickly.
Okay. Well, just at least flick that switch, the safety, before you pull the trigger. But not until you see an enemy.
Safety. That's a nice little feature for guns.
Yeah, safety first, always.
Yes.
I'm going to, if you don't mind, I'm going to go hit the head right quick.
Yeah. Hey, be careful out there.
Good.
He goes back to drinking his coffee.
Don't we have communicators or something? Like, do we?
I don't think so. I think maybe that's part of the chaos is that there is no like radio system or internal.
Ah, shit.
Blake has one.
Sure.
Built like on her, but
yeah,
it doesn't help.
Between
one person.
Between all of you, no, I don't. Yeah, I think just Flick was able to smuggle in her power glove, her glove of power. Yeah, wow. But that's it.
Yeah, Salvo's just going to go to the restroom and kind of check it out. Like, are there windows? Are there air vents in here?
Everything has been boarded up, and
yeah,
like, not just like with wooden boards, with like a very tough kind of Durasteel, like I don't know, like a futuristic,
like a boards like welded onto things.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and it's not just it's like this very tough metal that seems to be using some sort of alloy that you're not familiar with.
Okay. But he's also looking to see if there's like cameras in here or anything like that.
Yeah,
While he's
so,
just going to the bathroom. He's just
he's-
checking, you know.
So, and this is actually something all of
Kinda
you have
sick.
seen. You see cameras and you see drones kind of floating around in areas and following. In fact, when you went into, the three of you went into that other room, you had to pass through like someone had like constructed like an EMP kind of, you felt it as you went through in your arm, like Flick. For a moment, your glove was turned off, and then you were able to
Oh.
power it back up. But they've clearly constructed something to kind of cut off any drones that might try and get in there.
Oh, I see. It's for defense against his stuff.
Yeah, against
poke
the
stuff.
the
Yeah,
poke
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Okay.
So he can't get in there and see the progress they've been making on the dig site through drones.
How about that arm?
Oh yeah, so okay, so Salvo's peeing, and everyone else is all right. So here's what we're gonna do. Now, if it was medicine, I would say it would be a relatively easier DN check to get off the arm,
Yeah.
to like detach it, cybernetically. But you have first aid. You are trained in first aid, right?
Yeah.
So I'll let you, in conjunction with the chainsaw, make a check to cut his arm off and stem the rather grievous injury that one gets when their arm is cut off.
Oh, we slip a belt in his mouth and we.
Yeah.
You
Hold
just-
it down.
He's nodding. He wants you to cut this cybernetic arm
Oh
off.
my god. Okay,
He's
you.
like,
Are
I
you
woke
going
up with
first,
this.
Beck? Is Beck gonna roll first for the
So,
chainsaw,
what am I?
or is it just the first aid roll? I don't.
It's an easy. So, I mean, you know how this game works. If you roll a 1, anything can happen. So go ahead, roll the chainsaw check. It's not
just-
hard. It's just a 10.
You just hear Beck just like mutter. It's like no blood. To the chainsaw. No. We're just cutting through this. No.
Cutting arms off. Yeah.
No. Yep. Just this arm.
What?
Nothing else.
All right.
Okay.
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 So yeah, you definitely succeed. You cut off that arm.
Whew.
Oh
Ooh.
No,
So it was
okay,
a
roll this-
DN 16.
no.
which
Okay.
is-
Okay. We're
so
not.
you rolled a
totally
6.
not-
He is bleeding.
Great.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay. This is not a total loss. I'm gonna save this guy with a possibility point, hopefully.
And he didn't trust me.
Roll
Like-
good.
You just
Y'all,
hear,
I
like-
have not rolled well today. I don't think
Beck's
I've
like,
rolled yet.
quick.
An
Beck,
8.
you can
Oh, there you
see-
go.
Oh, all right. The dice were your friend. Did you explode some dice there? No, you just rolled a 19.
I
which
I
was
just rolled a 19. Yeah, on top of
Yeah.
that poor.
So,
5, yeah.
for a moment, you're like, "Oh my, humans have a lot of blood now."
Yeah.
You're kind of taken aback, but then you're able to staunch the bleeding, and yeah, you can make a tourniquet real fast around his arm and cut off, and so he's no longer bleeding. You now have a cybernetic arm, and that is where we're going to end today's session. You've got a bugged cybernetic arm. What you do with that? Well, we'll have to find out next time. Cool. So let's go around. Where can people find you online? What are you up to? My name is Rudy Basso at Rudy Basso. You can follow me on Twitter and learn about all the things that I am doing. Exciting stuff. Amber, where can people find you? What are you up to?
Sure. Yeah. You can find me on Twitter at Rocket Orca or my website, rocketorca.com, which basically has everything that I do on there. I co-own a podcast network called Geekspective. There's a lot of shows on it right now. So many shows that we're doing. And right now, what I've got going on actually is a Kickstarter for some enamel pins, Magic the Gathering plus Magical Girl. It's probably going to be going on until January 15th. So whenever this comes out, maybe a week. So check it out if you're interested.
Yeah, definitely. Pins.
Pins.
Great. Little Red Dot, what are you up to? Where can people find you online?
I'm up to all kinds of things. There's a lot of new stuff coming in the new year. Most of the time, you can check me out over on Kobold Press, where I'm their Twitch producer, so playing lots of Kobold stuff. And yeah, I got a new podcast you can check out called Stitch Fate. Season 1's out. It's nice and short and sweet, and we'll be kicking off season 2 in the new year. So those are the best places to find me in 2021.
Awesome. Shauna, where can people find you online? What are you up to?
Oh, hey, you can find me at Flying Sears on Twitter, Instagram, where I have all my art and the games that I'm playing throughout the time. But slow ramping up from the holidays, but catch me on Wednesdays for the spy game
Ooh.
on Follow Black Cats, where it's espionage, a little bit of it's probably going to be some pretty cool combat at some point, because we're definitely going to get caught.
Nice. The spy game. What is that, a 5e conversion?
Yeah, it's a 5e.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very, very cool. And finally, Pruitt, what are you up to? Where can people find you online?
Well, I'm Pruitt, one half of WebDM. You can find me on YouTube for our videos. We also have a free podcast comes out every week from that. And check us out on Patreon for our Patreon podcast. So that's 2 podcasts and a video every week from WebDM. Just saying. In 2021, there's a lot going on. I can't really talk about right now. Grant's trying to convince me to run a Numenera game, or excuse me, a Prumenera game, which I'm. Although I do like Cyberpunk 2077. What do you think? I don't know. It could have bugs in it too. Anyway, but yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff coming up. I can't wait to see how this game shakes out. This has been one of my more enjoyable characters to play, because I love taking satire to a whole new level. But yeah.
Yeah, next week will be the finale of Reality Raiders 3. If you have enjoyed what we've been doing, if you've been enjoying the show, then we would really appreciate it if you head to patreon.com/webdmplays, throw a few bucks our way. That goes directly to us and our sister show, Adventures in Aventuria, which they're playing The Dark Eye, also by Ulysses Spiela. Okay, that's it. Next week is the end. I'll see you then next week then for Reality Raiders 3, a Torg Eternity actual play on WebDM Plays. Bye.